What's up, everybody?
How's it going?
As you can tell, I'm alive.
He's back and maybe better than ever, but we don't know that until he starts actually doing something.
Did you even?
I think I said something, but if we didn't, we'll do a little recap. Last time I was out here, it's about 9 o'clock at night, I think.
I have no clue.
Last Sunday, it's now a Friday. Alex was definitely ill with a major migraine headache.
So I literally slept from, I got up at 8 in the morning, get ready, go help him, and then I slept till 8.
So he was basically dead. And then that Sunday was so crazy hot, I really didn't do much except for play with this front end. While you guys were gone, and while I was actually gone during this week, Mr. Historian John hooked us up, and he made us our panels for the side here, which I think he has, probably has a pattern here somewhere that he did. So he hooked us up with some panels to close off there, and he hooked up with another panel over there, and I can say that he did an amazing job and saved me bunches of time. Oh, I forgot, we can't leave one on. He did an interior panel too, right behind the seat. He did a fantastic job. I did that red one in like 2 minutes. He did this nice one right here and took his time, and you can actually tell because it looks really good. So that being said, that's gonna be welded in. That one over there is gonna be welded in along with some wrist repair back in that panel back there, because that's the main cab support. But anyway, what we got left is Alex needs to mount the evap in the back. We also need to go ahead and mount all the wiring on the back side of the cab, which will be basically back side right here. He'll mount it right there. And then I need to continue to trim and close off these door panels down here and down there, as well as trimming the inner fenders from the 63 Ford to fit in the Crown Vic, you know, the Crown Vic front end, which is gonna be a little menagerie of cutting and fitting and cutting and fitting, which is fine. So once all that is accomplished, you'll see this whole front end put on, get the make some bumper mounts, and hopefully this front end will be basically done today, and hopefully I can just tack weld some of the panels inside, throw a seat in it, and we can maybe go for a drive later this afternoon, evening. No promises, that might not be till tomorrow, but
we've
whatever.
got all weekend.
We've got all weekend, and we've honestly completely killed this build so far.
Crap, we've only probably been working on it for a full weekend.
I did the math, and we're only 20 hours basically. We only have 22 hours in this whole build, and I have 22 hours. Alex, I don't know how much he has. He probably has about 12. That's fine. We've came so far, and my dad has a couple hours in it with me. And then
give me some money, I want to go home.
I think he loves to do it as well as I do. So
He's just ready for the wagon.
Yeah, we just want to get this wagon done. That's more exciting than this hunk of junk. But no, this is pretty sick.
This is gonna be sick.
This is absolutely awesome.
The fitment in this is just crazy. Like,
oh, and it looks gorgeous.
Back there,
we can show everybody.
Yeah, once it's out of this garage.
Oh, then we'll do some nice roller shots and some nice, just some nice shots all around. This truck's gonna be beautiful. Well, at least to me, it's beautiful. I don't really care about all y'all. It's gonna be my daily driver, so it's really my opinion is all that matters. And that's actually, in my eyes, that's all that really matters for everybody's build. You build your car, screw everybody else's opinion. If you love it, drive the heck out of it and enjoy it. Nobody else matters. Wise words from Sean.
True that.
No one matters except for yourself. So. Continue on. I hope you guys enjoy the ride here today, and we'll get a little bit of work done. Update for all y'all. These side panels are completely welded in now, seam sealed with seam sealer from 3M. Upper panels completely 3M seam sealed. What I did with the front end, we cut back, brought that whole section back. We cut the radiator support down. I'll go slow with it, so if you guys are doing the same thing, you know how kind of far to cut. So around the radiator, so now you can see where it's cut. Around the radiator for now, just use some rubber tubing really quick. Will you get weather stripping later on when we're buttoning it up perfectly. Both inner fenders just shot with a rust inhibitor for now. That's all cut out for the air intake, and then this one is cut out for the battery. I'm gonna make a really quick battery box. It's not beautiful, but it's gonna do its job quite nicely. So basically, to mount the radiator support, all I did is grab some stuff that we already had from the Crown Vic that was sitting out there, and it's not exactly the most gorgeous fitment, but this is a budget build after all. So those are just the mounts from the rear of the vehicle, from the rear bumper, and they're nice. They're squared up and everything already, so you can see them down there. They're squared up. Welded those onto the radiator support, and now she's pretty stout, especially with the fenders on. It's pretty perfect. So now we're moving inside. Got the top already seam sealed and welded in. Same with the bottom. Put a bunch of seam sealer on there just so it's perfect. Other than that, the top, that's all seam sealed and painted. The only thing we're gonna be doing later is making a block off piece for that, block off piece for here. And as you can see down there, you can still see daylight. So we gotta still make those angle panels. That might be a little bit of a later thing, just because we wanna make sure that the way I have these inner fenders set up and what Alex is doing back here, mounting all of our electric grounds and electric on the main rear end support, make sure all this stuff works as it's supposed to. So he's having a good time, I'm having a mediocre time. We're getting there. We're missing my front headlight buckets. That's the biggest problem right now. We're getting her done, and we should maybe be able to take it for a drive this afternoon. Fingers crossed. All we got left is just a couple little touches, and we'll definitely take it for a drive. What do you think, Alex?
I hate wiring.
Since you've been gone, this sucker has came a long way. We I got this whole front end basically together where it wants to be and where it needs to be. Got the battery box, how it's gonna look. We got this, we got the air thingamabobber, air intake. So it comes out this headlight hole, which we're gonna have to figure out, but I'm still gonna shove the headlight in there. It should be enough air because that grill is so doggone open. We got our brain box mounted. We got our fuse box almost mounted. All the grounds have been ran from here down to the frame, down to there. Alex did a fantastic job in the back for now of buttoning up some of the wiring so it looks very nice. This is all our junk for a back window slash speakers slash all that. Then we got our fuel items that we're gonna fuel reset button. That's what that is. That guy, and then your relay for your fuel pump. And he's got our evap mounted right underneath the floor here, right out of the way of our exhaust. Someday that we'll get to. We're gonna have to put some weather stripping so we don't cut any wires back here. Other than that, we've been really on fire working on this sucker. I guess we haven't showed you the floor, the back floor close off yet. If you want to come on over here. So we use that insulating tar material that we always use for insulation in these cars because it's better than that. I can't remember what it's called, but they usually use it and it's expensive and I don't want to buy it because it's too expensive, but that stuff works basically the same. It's all seam sealed now, so that's how we want to have it. Alice is going to peel the rubber matting back for now, shove it back. Then later on, this, I don't think, no one cares to see this, but I got to build a panel for here for the rust and then build a panel all the way along here to close off from the rest of the ground. But I think here in a couple minutes, you're going to see us, shut. You're gonna see us go to start it up, and if everything worked correctly and we didn't burn anything up or mess anything up too bad, it should start per usual. We'll pray. I already forgot a ground, but yeah, here's a bunch of grounds that you got to remember on these. Mostly there's one that comes off this main harness on your passenger side. Then here's your main that comes from your battery negative. Then you got basically you got three really important ones over here. You got a double one right here that is latched together. And then this we figured out is probably the most important out of all of them. That is hooked into your fuel system somehow so you get your auxiliary fuel pump running. As of right now, this is where we're at. We're gonna at least the end result today, we're gonna drive it for sure today. That's a guarantee. I don't even care if it takes till midnight. We're gonna drive it. But after the driving portion, we'll probably have to figure out how we're gonna put a hood on it, since when I was probably 12 years old, I broke the bolts off in the firewall, and also I lost the bezels. I lost that guy. So parents, watch your 13-year-old kids and make sure they put everything in respectable spots. All right, now don't get too excited. We still got bumper brackets and hood brackets to put on, but we've kind of got the look, but got a little bit of a preview on what it's going to look like when it's basically done. So I don't know if you'll notice or not, but I just tacked this understrip on the grill because it really has no support because it's back so far against basically all the support of the front end. It's tacked on there, which is all fine and dandy because it's just a couple bolts up here. This is tacked in a few spots. It doesn't look the best, but I'm not going to weld it solid because I don't want to have to do all the body work and everything. And I'll get behind it when we take it off and weld it even better. But for now, that's what we're doing with that. Bumper, the brackets sit basically flush on there. So I got to get underneath when it's back up on the lift and check it out. We're still missing our hood release and we're still missing our bezels. So it looks like I'm going to be ordering the bezels and be ordering the hood latch, which is not a big deal. We'll get that all accomplished. But I think you just want me to shut up right now and we're gonna see if this thing will actually start back up. Because it's not been started since we all took it apart and everything. And that's kind of a telltale if we did the right job or sucked bad. We got shit. Alright, per usual, we forgot to reconnect the battery. So, take two. Alright, so as you'll see, we still have air conditioning. What if you can actually hear that? And everything still works. Power steering works. I'd play the radio, but there ain't no speakers in her. But let's see if it moves.
Still gotta sink in the...
Yeah, we gotta build some mounts to get that back into place. We'll do that when it's up on the lift. But here she is out in the light. Very nice.
Psyched.
I'm pretty psyched. It's very nice. Well, let's get some freaking seats in it so we can go for a rip.
11 minutes later.
Crazy to think 2 weeks ago we were in an actual Vic.
Yeah, now we're in a something. Favorite part of every time because we get to hear how many tools we forgot in the chassis. And we never go back for them. She's very squirrely.
Did you just whip the Tesla?
I didn't whip it. It's electric. You can barely hear it.
It's so low.
I feel like I'm watching TV. It looks so fun. My arms are literally level with the window.
Yeah. You have like another head to go above you. Oh, there was a tool!
Oh, shit.
About that. Woo!
With a taco stand. Oh my gosh.
About to get heated, hot lava in flames. I'm a freight train coming to see you. You got me stuck in this, stuck in this, stuck in this. I'm about to get even. I'm breaking out of this cage, and it's about to get heated. Hot lava in flames, I'm a freight train coming to see